from UDAN, from DA. Students at the back to take seats immediately. Please keep your mobile and yourself on the silent mode. Shortly, we will start the session. Lemniscate. Deshna, please ask everyone to take the seat. No one from Team UDAN is here. I request Shabnam to be near the dais. Those who have taken lunch must be listening to me in the adjoining hall. Please come and join us as soon as possible. The sessions on architecture, interior designing, town planning, and ladies architect special session going to start soon.
बट एक रिक्वेस्ट है, जो जो लेगा उसको मेरे को कर दिया मैंने। ये निकाल दे ये क्या सब ले जाए यहाँ से बनाने का काम है। मोबाइल वाला खोल दे। इंटीरियर रिगार्डिंग ना इसमें ज़्यादातर इंटीरियर डेकोरेट डबल टेप कर दे, डबल टेप कर दे। बहुत लगती है टैग है
सिटी होम देख रहे सारे दर्शकों का स्वागत है। मैं राजेश मेहरा। जिस तरीके नाल चंडीगढ़ का नाम पूरी दुनिया दे विच मशहूर है, खास करके रॉक गार्डन को लैके, क्योंकि उत्थे नेक चंद सैनी ने जिहड़ा रॉक गार्डन बनाया उस अपनी कला का भरपूर जिहड़ा है उत्थे नज़ारा दिखाया भी कला दे नाल किस तरीके नाल एक गार्डन नूं दुनिया दे विच नाम दिता जा सकदा। बिल्कुल अगर कलाकारी की गल करिए तो अज लुधियाना के अंदर सानेवाल के अंदर 11वीं इंटीरियर एक्सटीरियर एग्जीबिशन लगी हुई है। उत्थे कला का प्रदर्शन किया चंडीगढ़ के ही एक कलाकार विकास जी ने, तुहानूं रूबरू करावांगे। और उन्होंने इत्थे स्टॉल लाया अपनी कला राही, अपने हथ राही सारा कुछ बनाया। और तुसीं भी देखो, अगर तुसीं अपने घर के अंदर उस कला नूं लैके जाना चाहते हो तो एक एक चीज़ जिहड़ी है ਉਹ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਸੰਦ ਆਏਗੀ, ਉਹ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਘਰ ਦੀ ਰੌਣਕ ਬਣੇਗੀ ਔਰ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਘਰ ਨੂੰ ਚਾਰ ਚੰਦ ਲੱਗਣਗੇ। ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਰੂਬਰੂ ਕਰਾ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਵਿਕਾਸ ਜੀ ਨਾਲ। ਵਿਕਾਸ ਜੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਹੈ ਜੀ।
ਨਮਸਕਾਰ ਜੀ, ਨਮਸਕਾਰ।
ਇਹ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਅੱਜ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਟਾਲ ਲਗਾਇਆ, ਇਹ ਕਲਾਕਾਰੀ ਵਾਕਈ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਮਿਹਨਤ ਦਾ ਕੰਮ ਹੈ। ਤੇ ਕਦੋਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਜ਼ਿਹਨ 'ਚ ਆਇਆ ਕਿ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਤੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਲਾਕਾਰ ਇਸ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਦਾ ਆਰਟਿਸਟ ਬਣੇ ਹੋ?
ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਡੀ ਇੰਟਰਵਿਊ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਪਏ ਹੋ ਜੀ। ਇੱਕ ਛੋਟੇ ਜਿਹੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਨੂੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬੜਾ ਉੱਚਾ ਬੋਲਿਆ, ਸੋ ਕਾਈਂਡ। ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ 4-5 ਸਾਲ ਤੋਂ ਇਹ ਕੰਮ ਸਿੱਖਿਆ ਜੀ ਔਰ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਆਫਟਰ ਮਾਈ ਰਿਟਾਇਰਮੈਂਟ ਫਰੋਮ ਮਾਈ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ। ਔਰ ਇਹ ਯੂਰਪੀਅਨ, ਅਮਰੀਕਨ ਔਰ ਟਰਕੀ ਔਰ ਰਸ਼ੀਆ ਦੀ ਕਨਸੈਪਟ ਹੈ ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਰੇਜ਼ਨ ਆਰਟ। ਉਹਨੂੰ ਮੈਂ ਚਾਰੋਂ ਕੰਟਰੀਆਂ ਦਾ ਮਿਕਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਇਹ ਇੱਕ ਨਵਾਂ ਇੰਡੀਅਨ ਕਨਸੈਪਟ ਬਣਾਇਆ ਹੈ। ਔਰ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਪਿਆਰ ਨਾਲ, ਸਹਿਯੋਗ ਨਾਲ ਪੰਜਾਬ 'ਚ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਪਸੰਦ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ। ਔਰ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇੰਨੀ ਰਿਸਪੌਂਸ ਮਿਲੀ, ਮੈਂ ਕੱਲ ਖੋਲੀ ਹੈ ਇੱਥੇ ਪ੍ਰਦਰਸ਼ਨੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਮਤਲਬ ਇੰਨੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਆਏ ਹੈ, ਇੰਨੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਆਏ, ਔਰ ਉਹ ਕੁਝ ਵਰਡ ਗਿਆ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਬਿਆਨ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ। ਆਈ ਐਮ ਆਨਰਡ ਐਂਡ ਥ੍ਰਿਲਡ। ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵਸਨੀਕ ਹੈਗੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮੇਰਾ ਕੰਮ ਪਸੰਦ ਆਇਆ।
No points for guessing. We are witnessing the Interior-Exterior Expo today, one of the biggest expos the architecture industry would ever witness. Interior-Exterior Expo is India's leading trade fair for architecture, building materials, interior and exterior art and design. Our unique forum offers opportunities to not just exhibit but also to create a long-lasting impression on the decision makers of the architectural industry. Over 8 years, we've evolved as a brand with the nation, better cater to the needs of young and developing India. Well, each year, our platform witnesses the finest national and international brands, eminent architects, real estate developers, equity investors, builders, engineers, designers from India and all around the world. It is a matter of great pride, privilege, and honor for me to call upon these very distinguished guests which would form a part of the dais today. I would like to call architect Sarosh Vadia ji, President, Institute of Indian Interior Designers. Sir, thank you so very much. You've taken your valuable time out and you've made it to this event. Thank you so very much. I would also like to call Architect Sanjay Goyal ji, Chairman, India Institute of Architects, Punjab Chapter. I'd like to call Architect S.D. Singh ji, Chairman, IIA Chandigarh Chapter. Architect Vikas Dubey ji, Chairman, IIA J&K Jammu and Kashmir Chapter. Architect Leena Nimbalkar ji, you're looking very beautiful. National Executive Committee Member. Triple ID, absolutely. Architect Surinder Bagaji, Principal Architect Sakar Foundation. Architect Yogesh Singla ji, Honorable Treasurer, IIA Punjab Chapter. Can I have a huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? It's quite surreal to witness legends of this stature under one roof. एक बार और जोरदार तालियां, जोरदार. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Now I'd like to introduce this woman of substance who goes by the name of Anshia Baryal. Well, she has completed her graduation from Southern California and has completed quite an eminent time in the United States of America, is also a lead green associate and associate member of American Institutes of Architects. Please put your hands together for none other than this lady who we can all look up to, Anshia Baryal. A huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. थोड़ा और जोरदार तालियां. Thank you.
Thank you, Jazz. Good afternoon, everyone. I, Ansha Baryal, on behalf of IIA Punjab Chapter and IIA Ludhiana Center, welcome everyone, respected architects, designers, professors, students, and all the people present here who are witnessing this conference. A very special thank you to architect Sarosh Wadia ji and architect Leena for coming all the way. It is an honor to be graced by the presence of such accomplished experts in the field of architecture and design. I am standing here feeling so lucky to be a part of Lemniscate 2023, a transformative conference aimed to bring awareness about seeing architecture and design as beyond just tangible and physical structure. In geometry, the word lemniscate actually means when two loops join at one vertex to form an 8 or an infinity sign. Taking that meaning of the infinity into account, which symbolizes limitlessness and eternity, we decided the theme of this conference to be harmony, equilibrium, and interconnectedness. As we are moving into a world with fast and growing technology, we humans have forgotten about the things that ground us, leading to a lot of physical and mental health problems in addition to harm that it does to the environment. The goal of this conference is to gather all architects and designers and wake them up to the idea of designing as a way of life and incorporating ideas, concepts, and habits that can actually make this world a better place and its people healthy and joyful. Along with sustainable and green buildings, we also need to think about the well-being of our human family, which is why this conference is actually a big step forward towards a new world we are all going to live in. The panel discussions are broken down into topics based on the main theme and are as follows: the green buildings and industries, talking about sustainability; women in architecture, talking about equality; smart cities, talking about discipline and organization; eco-minimalist interior design, talking about design in harmony with nature; and last but definitely not the least is holistic architecture, which is talking about the main theme of this conference, the humanistic approach we should approach towards design. I feel very blessed to have a chance to learn from the best of the best architects and designers through their experience and knowledge. Welcome all.
The only thing lacking here is some enthusiasm. Can I have a huge round of applause for this lady and her enlightening words? Thank you. And now, of course, I would request Architect Sanjay Goyal ji, Chairman, India Institute of Architects, Punjab Chapter, to kindly present the bouquet to Architect Sarosh Wadia ji, President, Institute of Indian Interior Designers. और एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाएं. मैं चाहती हूँ ये खूबसूरत सा गुलदस्ता हम संजय गोयल जी द्वारा प्रेजेंट करें अपने प्रेसिडेंट को, मिस आर्किटेक्ट सरोश वाडिया जी. एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाएं प्लीज. Welcoming you from the bottom of our heart, sir. और संजय गोयल जी मैं चाहूँगी आप दो शब्द प्लीज बोलिए to set the tone and the note of this conference. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Master of Ceremonies. Good afternoon, friends. So, again, my request as chairman, please be silent. And I invite Team UDAN, Mr. G.S. Dillo, if he's listening to me, and more architects, interior designers, engineers, teachers, students who are in the hall, kindly join us as soon as possible. Dillo sahab, we need you near the dais. I can see you. And thank you. So again, a very warm day to all of you. On behalf of Institute of Architects, Ludhiana Center and Punjab Chapter, I welcome our today's conference session chief guest, Architect Sarosh Wadia, my friend, who has spared his valuable time at a short notice. We welcome you, sir, being you are president of Indian Institute of Interior Designers. A round of clap for Suresh Wadia, sir, who has come from Mumbai, because yesterday he was busy in Mumbai up to 6 p.m. and wonderfully he took the flight at 8:30 and 10:30 he was in Chandigarh, and around 11:30 he left after the dinner, and 2 a.m. he was in Ludhiana. So you can see the passion of sir to reach Ludhiana, along with Leena Madam, National Executive Committee member from Mumbai. She is a NEC member of IIID, India. So it's a good news for Ludhiana that not only we are Manchester of India, not only we are doing industrial activity, but after agriculture to architecture, now to interiors. So again, we are scattering in many directions. And as Anshia just shared with you, that kind of sessions going to take place today in the Lemniscate 2023. Heartiest thanks to UDAN Media and Communications Private Limited, led by active, energetic Mr. G.S. Dillo, that is giving the 11th consecutive platform to Ludhiana architects, Punjab chapter architects, and North Indian architects, so that we can come, we can celebrate, we can share, we can visit hundreds of exhibitors showing thousands of products every year. Another part of this exhibition in Chandigarh and in the coming times in Delhi, Praktimdan, going to create a history. I welcome on the dais my friends, Architect S.D. Singh, a very grand, big architect and active chairman at this age. Sir is representing Chandigarh chapter, the most beautiful city of India. We welcome you, Sir Architect S.D. Singh, sir. We welcome from Jammu Kashmir chapter, Architect Vikas Dubey, my friend. If you can stand up, the elevation is always good. Yeah. So Architect Vikas Dubey, who has spared his valuable time to be here always and supporting the architects fraternity throughout the country and North India as well. I am happy that Architect Surinder Baga, our great mentor, friend from Chandigarh, who needs no introduction, a principal architect of Sakar Foundation, and he has contributed a lot to various departments of central government and state government. He is the former chairman of IIA Chandigarh Punjab chapter and a former councillor in Chandigarh administration, and he has contributed a lot. Presently is the chairman of FSAI, Fire Security Association of India, and many more designations I cannot explain, sir, in a few minutes. It may take more time. We welcome you, sir. A round of clapping from Surinder Baga, sir. So clapping, you have to spend the energy, only then the cocktails and dinner will follow. Huge round of applause for everyone on the dais and off the dais as well. I welcome Architect Yogesh Singla, my batchmate from Chandigarh College of Architecture, Chandigarh. We are tolerating each other since 1988, just 35 years old history. So we welcome Architect Yogesh Singla to our IIA Punjab chapter, who is the former chairman of IIA Ludhiana Center. Architect Harinder Boparai, chairman IIA Ludhiana Center, will join us soon. He is into the traffic of smart city, okay, toilet. And we welcome Architect Balbir Bagga ji, please stand up, the Vice Chairman of Ludhiana Center. I request Architect Rajan Tangri ji, please. We welcome Architect Bimal Deep ji. Thank you. I welcome Architect Dinesh Bhagat, our active, energetic, tall boy. Please stand up. You have to see the height. Yeah, see the skyscraper. And he is our tall boy and active throughout the globe. And due to him, we are reaching to the masses all over globe. And his switch and many activities we will share in the coming times. I welcome Architect Satish Singla ji, very senior architect of India from Haryana chapter. Architect Satish Singla ji, if you can stand for 2 seconds. We welcome you, sir. We welcome Architect L.R. Gupta ji, our senior most architect from Punjab, North India, who always come and spare time to bless architects in Ludhiana, Punjab, India. We are thankful to Architect L.R. Gupta ji. And now I want to name Architect Sekho Saab, our great grand architect from Ludhiana, Punjab, Indo-Global, Chandigarh. Many, many things sir has contributed. And Punjab Agriculture University, many buildings are dedicated to sir. I welcome Architect Pritapal Singh Aluwalia, our Singh Saab, our Pragwant Manji, our Captain Saab from Punjab chapter. He is Vice Chairman, needs no introduction. He is active between Patiala and Mohali although, but popular all over the globe. I welcome you, sir, with your kind words. I welcome Architect Akanksha Sharma, Madam, HOD, School of Architecture, Guru Nanak Dev Engineering College. A round of applause for Akanksha Sharma. Welcome. अब आवाज आई है मैडम, आप इनके मार्क्स बड़े सोच के लगाते हो, हमें नहीं मार्क्स मिले. बच्चों, we are your external examiners. Kindly pay regards to us also, like madam. Another round of clap for people on the dais. Yeah, this one. This is attractive. Otherwise, you know, I can see the School of Architecture was dedicated to Akanksha Sharma, madam only. So I welcome my friends from INFD, from the Ludhiana Management Association, from Builder Association, from Triple ID, from Engineer Association, all the students from lovely School of Architecture and Design, lovely Professional University, City University, and many more colleges and universities, my friends from media. If I am missing anyone, I have with myself Engineer Balkarji from PEDA, Dr. Balkar Singh. Sir, you can stand up. You are most beautiful boy of the evening. Thank you. So I cannot name all the friends. I can see many beautiful, active, energetic faces in the crowd. I can see my Himachali friends can stand up with their beautiful cap. Like Sukhu Saab, your new Chief Minister, I can see. Thank you. My friends from Himachal, Uttarakhand, J&K, Punjab, Haryana, Chandigarh, Delhi, many more places. Sir, Wadia Saab is from Surat. I am working with Suresh Wadia Saab for the last 10 years in the Institute of Architects. We both are meeting quite regularly in Mumbai and various national conventions and council meetings. Madam Leena will also make use of Madam Leena. She can throw light how Ludhiana may be more active in the coming times on the interior designing front and many more things in the coming times today. And shortly we will start the sessions on architecture, interior designing, urban planning or smart cities, green buildings and ladies architect. So I have already taken a lot of time and I'm thankful to all of you and dignitaries on the dais and today's chief guest and all sitting in the hall. Welcome you all. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, sir. He has actually acknowledged each and every one in the conference room, really. Thank you so much. एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाए. We would also like to thank him and pay our gratitude. और किसी भी खूबसूरत दिन की शुरुआत करने के लिए और कॉन्फ्रेंस में आज हैं तो हम दीप प्रज्वलन से इसका आगाज़ करते हैं. I would request all my respected members at the dais to kindly light up this auspicious lamp and so that we can feel the energy of positivity vibrating all around this atmosphere. Can I have matchstick? Can I have the matchstick, please? Sir, मैं आप सभी से चाहूँगी आप दीप प्रज्वलन अपने शुभ हाथों से करें ताकि हम इस कॉन्फ्रेंस का आगाज़ संपूर्ण पॉजिटिविटी से कर सकें. With light all around, we welcome everybody to the Lemniscate 2K23. A podium bringing architects from all around India under one roof, creating a benchmark for the architectural industry, joining hands together, making it memorable. एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाएं बहुत एनर्जी के साथ. We are so honored that these distinguished guests are present here to light up this very auspicious lamp, and we cannot thank them enough. क्या बात है. A one of its kind conference in Ludhiana today. GS ढिल्लों जी अगर आ गए हैं तो मैं उनसे भी चाहूंगी कि वे प्लीज मंच पर आएं. GS ढिल्लों जी, I think he's not here yet. Thank you so very much. सभी का मैं शुक्रिया अदा करती हूँ. और अब we would begin with the national anthem, please, just to pay tribute to our country. We patriots would sing the national anthem. आप प्ले कर रहे हैं?
जनमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता. पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा. विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा. तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे. गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Thank you so very much, ladies and gentlemen. Also, before we commence with the sessions, I would also like to thank none other than UDAN Media and Communications Private Limited. एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाएं for UDAN Media and Communications Private Limited, जिन्होंने हमें ये सौभाग्य दिया है कि आज हम एकत्रित हुए हैं एक छत के नीचे. जी हाँ, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I would like to welcome Mr. Aditya Singh, who is in his third year, who is a third-year student from Guru Nanak Dev Engineering College, to start with the first session, ladies and gentlemen. एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाएं. Thank you. Over to you, Aditya.
Thank you, Jaz. As we move on in this conference, we are now in the first technical session. The first technical session will be about green buildings and architecture and industries. Green architecture strives to minimize the number of resources consumed in a building's construction, operation and use, as well as curtailing the harm done to the environment through emission, pollution, and waste of its components. To design, construct, operate, and maintain building energy, water, and new materials are used, as well as the amount of waste causing negative effects to the health environment is generated. In order to limit these effects and design environmentally sound and resource-efficient buildings, green building systems must be introduced, clarified, understood, and practiced. So, for this today's technical session, I would like to introduce you to the panel and the moderator. The moderator for this today's event shall be Architect Surinder Baga, Principal Architect, Sakar Foundation. Please give them a huge round of applause, please. So, the panel members shall include Architect Pritpal Singh Ahluwalia, Vice Chairman, IIA Punjab Chapter, Dr. Balkar Singh, Technical Advisor, ISHRE and SEAM, Architect Bimaldeep Singh, Joint Honorary Secretary, IIA Ludhiana Center, Engineer Anuj Agrawal, Founding President, ISHRE Chandigarh Chapter, Architect Dinesh Bhagat, Joint Honorary Secretary, IIA Punjab Chapter, Architect Nagendra Narayan, Chairman, IIA Kapurthala Hoshiarpur Sub-Center. Please give them a huge round of applause. Now I hand over the mic to the moderator of this technical session. Please, Baga sir.
May I request all the dignitaries to take their seats in the auditorium, please? I think there is a lot of echo. You can adjust the sound a bit.
I request Team UDAN to kindly minimize the noise in the adjoining hall. I know they are preparing for the cocktails and dinners. Architect Vikas, you can kindly visit into the dining area. There is a noise in the adjoining room. Okay. So the sound is not clear. The team is requested so that the sound is okay. Now I request Surinder Bagaji to kindly start his session. Okay, thank you.
Sanjay, how much is the time? Time allocated to us? 40 to 50 minutes. Okay. We are starting a technical session on green buildings. So first of all, I would like to invite my panelists. I would like to invite Dr. Balkar Singh ji. Dr. Balkar has done PhD in energy conservation. He retired from Punjab Energy Development Agency as a joint director. And he has immensely contributed in the energy saving in the buildings in North India. Sir, please take your seat. Next is Pritpal Singh Ahluwalia. He is Vice Chairman of IAA Punjab chapter. He is a practicing architect and probably the most richest architect in Punjab. Our sources are indicating that he got 17.5 crore deposits. Now I would like to invite my very close friend Anuj Agarwal. He is an engineer and a MEP consultant and a big name in the Chandigarh region. Anuj Agarwal ji. Next is architect Bimaldeep Singh. He is a practicing architect and a very promising young architect from Ludhiana. He is very intelligent and whenever he talks to us, बहुत इंटैलीजेंट जो गल करते हैं तो he says मैं मास्टरां दा मुंडा हाँ because his parents are teachers and they are very brilliant teachers. Yeah. Dinesh Bhagat, the newly appointed head of the architecture department in the government polytechnic. He is backbone of IAA Punjab chapter. First of all, I would like to welcome National President Sarosh Wadia ji. I would like to mention that मैं और वाडिया साहब 1982 में दिसंबर के मंथ में हम लोग इकट्ठे काम करते थे at Sangat in Doshi Saab's office. It is almost 40 years. 40 years ago we were working together. He was a student of SEPT then and I was from CCA. तो SEPT वाले थोड़े superior feel करते हैं तो वो आज भी हमसे superior ही हैं. And इनकी एक छोटी सी बात सुनाता हूँ शायद आपको अच्छी लगे. अरानिया टाउनशिप की प्लान बना रहे थे वो 6 feet by 6 feet का प्लान था. दैट प्रोजेक्ट ऑफ इंदौर विच गॉट आगा खान अवार्ड. और दोषी साहब ने मुझे और वाडिया साहब को बोला कि शीट इतनी बड़ी है कि ड्राइंग बोर्ड पे आएगी नहीं. तो वो बोलते कि आप इसको फ्लोर पे पोछा लगा के ऊपर पे टेप लगा के ऊपर बैठ के काम करो. तो हम दोनों काम करने लगे. इतनी देर में AP कन्विंदे साहब हमारे पास आए. तो हमने ना मैंने पहचाना ना वाडिया साहब ने पहचाना कि ये कन्विंदे साहब. नाम तो सुना था, उनकी किताबें भी पढ़ी थी, बट सामने खड़े हैं तो हमने पता नहीं कि ये कन्विंदे साहब हैं. वो हाइट में भी बड़े छोटे से थे. तो कन्विंदे साहब को पता चल गया कि इन दोनों ने मुझे पहचाना नहीं. तो कन्विंदे साहब पूछते हैं कि बेटा क्या बना रहे हो आप. तो सरोज से सर बोलते कि सर प्लान बना रहे हैं. तो उनको डबल ही श्योर हो गया कि इनको नहीं पता चला कि मैं कौन हूँ. तो वो आगे से बोलते हैं कि बेटा प्लान क्या होता है. तो सरोज वाडिया ने वहाँ एक्सप्लेनेशन दी मेरे साथ बैठे बैठे. बोलते कि प्लान सर वो होता है जिसको 4 फीट के लेवल से काट दो तो ऊपर से देखो. So I still remember that conversation. And दोषी साहब बोलते अपने कन्विंदर साहब बोलते काटते कैसे हैं और ऊपर से कैसे देखते हैं. कहते सर इमेजिनेशन में देखते हैं. इन द मीन टाइम दोषी साहब आ गए हमारे टेबल पे. उन्होंने आके बोला कि सरोज ही इज मिस्टर कन्विंदे. तो सरोज वाडिया साहब और हम दोनों इतने शर्मिंदे हुए कि इतना बड़ा आदमी हमने पहचाना नहीं। चलो, वेलकम सरोज, वी आर वेरी क्लोज फ्रेंड्स फ्रॉम द लास्ट 40 years. चलो, नाउ कमिंग टू द पॉइंट. नगेंद्र नारायण तो नहीं आए? नहीं, ओके. Today we are talking about climate change, we are talking about green buildings. Lot many seminars are happening. In all our religious scriptures, there are shlokas, there are, verses in Guru Granth Sahib, in Holy Bible, in Hindu scriptures like Puranas, and in Holy Quran also. Those scriptures are advising us कि हमें अपना जो environment है उसको बचाना है. लेकिन सब जगह हम गुरुद्वारे मंदिर जाके ये प्रार्थना करते हैं कि हम मानेंगे, करेंगे, लेकिन in practice we are not doing it. That is the truth of life. So today we have gathered here to have different viewpoints from a cross section of our panelists. We all know that buildings consume a huge amount of energy in construction, in maintenance, in operation. The figures are indicating at times it is like 40% of the total energy consumed in the world is done by the buildings alone. If we study the history of architecture during the Mughal Empire, during the various Rajput periods, during the British Raj, during Corbusier's era, in the last 500 years, our ancestors, they have done a very, very good work. They designed historical buildings which are energy efficient, they are green buildings, but they were not branded green buildings. They are inbuilt green buildings. So nowadays we are talking about rainwater harvesting system, but you see it is most beautifully done in Gujarat, it is very beautifully done in Rajasthan as well. वहाँ पे वो बॉलीज बनाई गई and all that stuff. सबसे पहले मैं वालिया जी से क्वेश्चन पूछूंगा. वालिया जी, in Punjab, various projects are done in a PPP mode, public-private partnership mode. आप बताइए कि उस मॉडल में how this green buildings can be done.
Thank you. First of all, I welcome you all and congrats for having such a successful exhibition in the Punjab. Now regarding the question of PPP mode in the green buildings. See, whenever we see the sorry state is that now we had to talk about the building and a green building as the two different things. But I believe that every building must be the green building. Whatever is taught to us in the college time and whatever that shall be taught in the colleges shall be a building which need to be a green. Otherwise, it is just a cosmetic work, and the cosmetic work is generally done into the beauty parlors, not in the architect's office. And yes, if you talk about what the difference is, no doubt, why the green buildings or the building that has to be a green is converted into the normal building, or you say, you may say a false type of building, is that is not using the proper specifications, and that is only for the funds. So fund may be the reason. That's why now the government is also not having the proper funds to implement the green buildings. If we see the PPP mode is like the road network. We are having the tool plazas and everything in which the private promoters put their finances and make the road which is healthy and good for the every users. So the same way, I think government can implement this into the public-private partnership sort of thing, in which they can give few incentives. For example, I think the local government has already given some FSI and for using the green building and the certifications, using the proper specifications. Same sort of things. Rather, the master plans should be made in the way that wherever there are the wider roads and wherever there are the good visibility for the commercials, that should be given only to the private promoters who can put the finance in the way that they could construct the building in a healthy way. The building constructed in a healthy way will be the green building, of course. So, and another private partnership is like recently, if the intention is there, then we can have the lot of opportunities are there in which the government, private people are ready to invest. For example, using the solar panels. Recently, I had read in the newspaper in the Chandigarh, they are allowing the private agencies to install the solar panels in entire Chandigarh one canal houses free of cost. And after 4-5 years, they will give this ownership to the private landowners or the householders. So this can be a very good, in which the bylaws and the policies are to be made by the nodal agencies or the government on the public side, and the private groups that can be offered some opportunities that yes, you can put a solar panels, you can put the LED lights. For example, recently the corporation has also given this thing, they replace all the LED lights, then the electricity will be given to the private that promoters. So there are a lot of things which can be done. Rather, I suggest Mr. Surinder Bagaji is here and Balkar is here, that because now you are government, but you easily have the access to the government. We should prepare on the behalf of IAEA a long list and the policies or the way of opportunities that how we can have the public-private property partnerships, and suggest this to the government so that the green and healthier environment will be there. Surinder sir.
Thank you, Baliaji. You have explained it very nicely. Now I would like to invite Dr. Prateek Srivastava ji. You please join us as a panelist. Dr. Prateek has done considerable amount of work in air conditioning sector, and we will be asking him some questions pertaining to that. Now I would like to pose a question to my friend Anuj Agarwal ji. Agarwal sir, you are a leading MEP consultant, and can you tell us what are the major thrust areas which help in getting a better green building rating?
Good afternoon to all. It's a very generic question, so I would like to say, when we are talking about green buildings, presently there are 3 rating systems available in our country. One is IGBC Green Building Rating System, second is the Griha Green Building Rating System, and third is the SHM Green Building Rating System. Now, all of them have major thrust on energy and water conservation. Almost 40 to 45% points which you can score is by providing a energy efficient system, be it lights, be it air conditioning system, and water conservation, that is reuse of water, avoid wastage. So these are the pillars of a green building, because as we know, all these resources, natural resources, are scarce, whether it's electricity, water, or even air. In fact, one of the pillars is this indoor air quality, which has gained more prominence now because of this COVID which happened, and unfortunately we lost a lot of people in that disease, and the importance of indoor air quality has been highlighted. The ventilation standards have been upgraded. ASHRAE has come up with the latest new standard 62.1, Even if they have revised their standard 90.1 for green building rating systems, incorporating the latest changes in the technology. So most important thing I feel for a green building to be successful, or not only green building, any building to be successful, it has to be a valuable coordination between the engineering aspects and the architectural aspects. It's not necessary that every green building should have a DGU or has to have a very high R value for the glass, but judicious uses of material can get you better points and a cheaper building. There's a myth that green buildings are costlier, which is wrong. Thank you.
Thank you, Anuj. Thank you very much. Very well said. Next question is for Dr. Balkar Singh. सर आप बताएंगे कि इंडिया में एट द मोमेंट कितने ग्रीन बिल्डिंग रेटिंग सिस्टम्स चल रहे हैं और व्हाट आर द इनिशिएटिव्स बीइंग टेकन बाय द गवर्नमेंट टू प्रमोट ग्रीन बिल्डिंग्स इन इंडिया?
Thank you, Bhagaji, and good afternoon to everybody. So, as you know that we have a global warming and there is a climate change and temperature is rising, and all over the world that things are working out how we can reduce the global warming, or you can maintain the temperature so that more defects and you can save your life further. As you know, world level, the 40% of energy is being used in the construction sector. And if we see the buildings, and 33% electricity or energy is being used in the building sector. And in building sector, if we see that there are commercial buildings and the residential building. In commercial building, we are using only consuming 9% of electricity, and in the residential building, we are using 24% of the electricity. So it is important to give our main focus on the energy, water and carbon footprints so that we can save our environment. On world level, we have almost more than 15 green building rating systems, and the first system was started in UK, that is BREEAM, and then after that Japan, Austria and other countries. In India, we have started in 2001 when the lead green building was started. And in 2006, there is IGBC, then GRIHA. GRIHA we have established in India, which is the Indian rating. And then we in 2018, there is a GEM, Sustainable Green Building Rating System is there. So all the building rating systems are improving the carbon footprint in the building sector. So there are two ratings, which is UGBC, that is LEED, and other is IGBC. They are giving rating certified silver, then golden, and then platinum. And other two, that is GRIHA 1-star to 5-star, and GEM is GEM 1 to GEM 5. And GEM 5 is the most efficient building, most green building. And if we see that in this sector, government initiatives are there in government sector, and government is also taking care of awareness and organizing various capacity building programs throughout the country. And even Punjab have also taken the lead to take care for the awareness of the green buildings and energy efficient buildings. And if we see the incentives, green building incentives are there in the government. In Punjab, we have various incentives in terms of additional FAR, that is 5% for 3-star rating and up to silver rating, 7.5% extra FAR for 4-star buildings or you can say gold rated buildings, and 10% is for platinum rating and 5-star rating. So various initiatives have already been taken. So I will request to all architects, fraternities and engineers to please adopt this and work out that more and more green buildings are to be constructed in future. Or our Honorable Prime Minister has the vision for net zero up to 2070. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Saab. It's very nice information which you shared. I think it will be very useful for students indeed. No, yes, please.
क्वेश्चन किया कि हम ग्रीन बिल्डिंग की बात कर रहे हैं और उसमें सबसे पहले होता है दैट शुड बी द यूज़र फ्रेंडली और हेल्थी होनी चाहिए, और यहाँ पर अकोस्टिक्स की ही प्रॉब्लम है. सो आई एम ट्राइंग एन अटेम्प्ट कि अगर कुछ सॉल्व हो जाए. आई विल से फ्यू वर्ड्स इन 3 डिफरेंट मैनर्स. तो संजय जी, 3 तरीके से मैं यहाँ से बोल रहा हूँ, प्लीज़ अकोस्टिक्स किसमें ठीक आ रही है बता देना. इज दिस ओके? आई थिंक दिस इज द ओके ना. So I request all the my panelists, please keep my at the exact right angle of your lips. No, this way, is it okay? This is so. Audience, is this better, or the earlier was better? This is better, no? And what about this? So I think second one is better, so that whatever we are talking should reach to all the students and audience. I sorry to interrupt, but there was no other solution to solve this problem. Thank you.
Hanji. Now the next question is to Professor Bhagat. Bhagat ji, आप पॉलिटेक्निक कॉलेज में पढ़ाते हैं, तो what are the measures you are taking to educate the next generation about the concept of green buildings?
थैंक यू वेरी मच सर. सर देखिए, अगर मेयर्स की बात करेंगे, सर ने तो बता ही दिया, देयर आर सो मेनी एजेंसीज एंड एवरीथिंग, बट बहुत सारी एजेंसीज हैं जो कुछ भी कर रहे हैं, छोटे सिटीज़ में भी हो रहा है. बट व्हाट आई फील इज़ कि प्रैक्टिकली कई बार हम लोग कहीं सिर्फ ब्रांडिंग के केस में तो नहीं फंस रहे. इसे हाँ जी ग्रीन बिल्डिंग है, सिर्फ इसका नाम ही देना है, सिर्फ ब्रांडिंग के चक्कर में रह रहे हैं. एंड ऑफ द डे रिजल्ट कुछ नहीं निकल रहा. ब्रांडिंग के चक्कर में जो हम लोग प्रोडक्ट्स यूज़ कर रहे हैं, फैक्ट्री फ्लोर पे बहुत महंगे प्रोडक्ट्स हैं, वहाँ पर उनको प्रोडक्ट्स को फैक्ट्री फ्लोर में बनाने के लिए हम लोग इतनी एनर्जी वेस्ट कर रहे हैं, तो एंड में जाके सिर्फ नंबरों के चक्कर में हम लोग बिल्डिंग को और भी महंगा करी जा रहे हैं. क्या आज से 100 साल पहले हमारी बिल्डिंग्स ग्रीन नहीं होती थी? ਪਿੰਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਾਡਾ ਘਰ ਸੀਗਾ, ਜਾਂ ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਮਿੱਟੀ ਦੇ ਘਰ ਬਣੇ ਸੀਗੇ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪੋਚਾ ਮਾਰਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਮਿੱਟੀ ਦਾ, ਕਿ ਉਹ ਗ੍ਰੀਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀਗਾ? ਜਿੱਥੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੂੜੀ ਰੱਖਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀ, ਕੁੱਪ ਸੀਗਾ, ਕਿ ਉਹ ਗ੍ਰੀਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ? ਸੋ ਦਿਸ ਇਜ਼ वन क्वेश्चन. सो आर वी शिफ्टिंग टू ए समथिंग सेपरेट, कि सिर्फ हमें ब्रांडिंग चाहिए, कि आज की तारीख में हम लोग सिर्फ ब्रांडिंग की तरफ चल रहे हैं और एंड ऑफ द डे अंदर उसके यूजेबिलिटी कम होती जा रही है? ये आप बताइए सर.
Thank you, Bhagat ji. Thank you. Now, Bimal, your turn. टेक्निकल क्वेश्चन बाद में. पहले ये बताओ कि लुधियाने वालों ने सारे एक तरह के कोट कहाँ से लिए और एक कोट कितने का पड़ा?
देखो सर, ये ना संजय सर साढ़े मगर बहुत देर दे पे हुए सी.
ये स्पॉन्सर्ड है या अपना अपना लिया, ये भी नहीं पता चला.
ये स्पॉन्सर्ड तो संजय सर ਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਛੋਗੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿ ਆਪਣਾ ਆਪਣਾ ਲਿੱਤਾ ਹੈ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਜੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿ ਤਾ ਆਪਣਾ ਆਪਣਾ ਲਿੱਤਾ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ
ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋ ਨਹੀਂ ਮਿਲਾ ਨਾ।
ਮੈਂ ਇਹੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਹਿ ਰਿਹਾ ਨਾ, ਜੇ ਸੰਜੇ ਸਰ ਕਹਿ ਦਿੰਦੇ, ਜੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿ ਦਈਏ ਸਪਾਂਸਰਡ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਮਗਰ ਪੈ ਜਾਣਾ। ਜੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪ ਖਰਚਿਆ ਹੈ ਫਿਰ ਆਈ ਥਿੰਕ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਲੈਸਨ ਹੋਊਗਾ ਕਿ ਵੀ ਸਾਡੀ ਟੀਮ ਸਪਿਰਿਟ ਤੇ ਸਾਡੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆਪਸ 'ਚ ਯਾਰੀ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਪੱਕੀ ਹੈ। ਹੁਣ ਇਹ ਸਮਝਣਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੀ ਯਾਰੀ ਪੱਕੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਕਿਸੇ ਹੋਰ ਐਂਗਲ ਨਾਲ ਦੇਖਣਾ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਸਾਰੀ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਦੇਖਦੀ। ਆਈ ਥਿੰਕ ਦੈਟ ਇਜ਼ ਦ ਆਂਸਰ।
चलो विमल, यू आर ए प्रैक्टिसिंग आर्किटेक्ट। आपने कोई ऐसा काम किया हो जिसमें यू हैव पुट योर बेस्ट टू सेव द एनर्जी? कैन यू शेयर सम एक्सपीरियंसेस?
Yes, first of all, if we are talking about this topic, I can see a lot of students of architecture sitting in the audience. So why this topic has come up, it's the very important question that we have to ask ourselves. I think if everybody reads the news, just a few months back, India has signed a climate agreement to reduce the temperature by 1.5 degrees. Any news I think sare pad lende akhbar de vich, but when we go into the details, it has been decided that every country has to make efforts to stop all activities that increase the temperature, and for that building construction industry is one of the major industries which will see a very big change. That is point number one, that as an architect, what I have to do, what I have been taught, what I have to do. I think the basic simple factors ne, I think all the teachers apne bachchiyan nu padha rahe hai, students nu, कि building envelope, orientation and location. I think the very basic factors je assi is cheez nu apne design planning de vich incorporate kar liye, I think we start without investing a single penny or without buying any technology. Assi sirf odi location, sun orientation and ode jehde basic factors of how to prepare the layouts करके ही असी अपनी बिल्डिंग नू बहुत ही ज़्यादा ग्रीन कर सकते हैं. The second important thing is the building envelope, which is the roof, the walls and the other openings that we put up in the building. असी ज़्यादातर buildings नू design करते हैं aesthetically beautiful करने लिए. If we take care of these factors, कि how to ensure that heat loss, cooling ये साड़ी save होवे अपने building envelope दे विच, अपनी roofs दे विच, I think we can save a lot of energy consumption in our buildings. As an architect, I think this is what we are doing in all of our projects. That is point number one. We were lucky to work for a project in Europe last year in which they wanted the whole building to produce energy. I think it's a very simple question that they put us on. Can we design the facade with solar panels which look aesthetically beautiful, and we gave them 4 proposals. Let us hope if any of them moves further. So they plan a lot before they execute things. So we have given them 4 proposals with multicolored solar panels, and during that research we found out that now the windows, the glass is being converted as a solar panel, but that technology is very expensive as compared to India. That is the second thing, that use of technology, that we have to do that in our buildings, but that is very expensive. So let's start with the basics of layout, orientation and basic planning. Active building technologies, passive building technologies, I think everybody, the knowledge is around the corner. So the only project that recently we have done is making the facades with solar panels, not the rooftops. So this is, I think, is a new thing that we worked with those people. And very soon they are going to come to India for large building projects, industrialized. Second thing is the recent technology in the Western world has moved from minerals and earth-oriented products to fiber products. The construction materials are going to move from basic mining factors to the fiber-oriented products. I think recent projects, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆਉਣਗੇ ਨਾ ਆਉਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਟਾਈਮ 'ਚ, ਉਹ fiber constructed materials ਤੋਂ ਹੀ ਆਉਣਗੇ. I think this is what we have to say.
Thank you, Vimal. Thank you very much. It's a good work indeed. Now I would like to know from Dr. Prateek. I learned that you are doing a lot of work on radiant cooling. हमारे पास बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स भी हैं, तो बहुत ही सिंपल लैंग्वेज में बताइए कि व्हाट इज़ रेडिएंट कूलिंग, बिकॉज दीज आर आर्किटेक्चर स्टूडेंट्स एंड दे वॉन्ट बी एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड द टेक्निकलिटीज मच.
थैंक यू बागा साहब. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल मैं कुछ रेडिएंट कूलिंग के बारे में बताना चाहूँगा और उसके बाद थोड़ा सा 2 मिनट ग्रीन बिल्डिंग के बारे में बोलना चाहूँगा. तो अगर ग्रीन बिल्डिंग की बात की जाए तो सबसे मेजर क्रेडिट्स जो होते हैं वो एयर कंडीशनिंग के होते हैं. और एयर कंडीशनिंग में अगर आपको एनर्जी बचानी है तो आपको एडवांस एयर कंडीशनिंग टेक्निक्स और पैसिव एयर कंडीशनिंग टेक्निक्स के बारे में सोचना होगा, जिसमें एक टेक्निक है विच इज़ कॉल्ड एज रेडिएंट कूलिंग एंड हीटिंग सिस्टम. नॉर्मली कन्वेंशनल एयर कंडीशनिंग में हम क्या करते हैं कि हवा को ठंडा करते हैं और हीट ट्रांसफ़र करने के 3 तरीके होते हैं, दैट इज़ कंडक्शन, कन्वेक्शन एंड रेडिएशन. कन्वेंशनल एयर कंडीशनिंग में हवा को ठंडा करके हम जो रूम के अंदर सप्लाई करते हैं तो मेजर जो हमारा हीट ट्रांसफ़र होता है वो होता है कन्वेक्शन की वजह से. रेडिएंट कूलिंग सिस्टम में हम किसी एक सरफेस को, या तो आपकी फ्लोर को या फिर आपकी सीलिंग को हम टेम्परेचर कंट्रोल्ड कर देते हैं. So it is also known as underfloor heating cooling, it is also known as surface heating cooling, it is also known as panel based cooling. तो या तो आप फॉल सीलिंग में पैनल्स जो हैं वो रेडिएंट पैनल्स इंस्टॉल कर सकते हैं, उसमें ठंडा या गर्म पानी फ्लो करके यू कैन गेट रेडिएटिव हीट एक्सचेंज. तो रेडिएंट कूलिंग नाम इसीलिए पड़ा है क्योंकि यहाँ पे मोर देन 50% हीट ट्रांसफ़र रेडिएशन की वजह से होती है और इसलिए इसे रेडिएंट कूलिंग सिस्टम कहा जाता है. हीटिंग में रेडिएंट हीटिंग सिस्टम 100% बिल्डिंग को हीट करने के लिए कैपेबल है, बट अगर कूलिंग की बात की जाए तो रेडिएंट कूलिंग सिस्टम सिर्फ सेंसिबल लोड केटर कर सकता है. मतलब अगर बाहर का टेम्परेचर 40-45 डिग्री है और अंदर का टेम्परेचर 24-25 डिग्री आप मेंटेन करना चाहते हैं तो टेम्परेचर की वजह से जो लोड होता है उसको सेंसिबल लोड कहा जाता है. तो रेडिएंट कूलिंग सिस्टम सेंसिबल लोड केटर कर सकता है. जो ह्यूमिडिटी की वजह से जो लोड होता है उसको कहते हैं हम लेटेंट लोड, उसके लिए हमें एक कन्वेंशनल एयर कंडीशनिंग सिस्टम लगाना पड़ता है. तो ओवरऑल कूलिंग में हम 30% बिजली की बचत कर सकते हैं रेडिएंट कूलिंग सिस्टम से, और हीटिंग में 30-70% बिजली की बचत की जा सकती है. इसके बाद में कुछ बातें ग्रीन बिल्डिंग के बारे में बोलना चाहूँगा. सो वी आर डूइंग लॉट ऑफ ग्रीन बिल्डिंग प्रोजेक्ट्स. सो ग्रीन बिल्डिंग में मतलब पंजाब इज़ वन ऑफ द स्टेट वेयर वी हैव लॉट ऑफ इंसेंटिव्स. आई थिंक नॉर्थ इंडिया में सबसे ज़्यादा अच्छे इंसेंटिव्स पंजाब गवर्नमेंट दे रही है. इफ़ यू गो टू पंजाब बिल्डिंग एक्ट 2021 तो उसमें पंजाब गवर्नमेंट 2 तरह के इंसेंटिव्स देती है. पहला है FAR, दैट इज़ फ्लोर. FAR जो है आपको 5 से 10% मिलता है अगर आप गृह लीड या IGBC के साथ ग्रीन बिल्डिंग सर्टिफिकेशन के लिए जाते हैं. और जो दूसरा इंसेंटिव पंजाब सरकार दे रही है वो है स्क्रूटनी फ़ीस को वेव कर देती है. अगर आप प्री सर्टिफिकेशन जमा करते हैं तो जो भी आपकी स्क्रूटनी फ़ीस है प्रोजेक्ट की वो आपको वापस मिल जाती है. सो ओवरऑल अगर हम बात करें तो जो भी एडिशनल कॉस्ट आपको इनकर होता है ग्रीन बिल्डिंग सर्टिफिकेशन करवाने के लिए या फिर मटीरियल्स या टेक्नोलॉजी को चेंज करने के लिए अगर आपके पास जो भी खर्चा आ रहा है दैट कैन ईज़ली बी टेक केयर बाय वट एवर इंसेंटिव्स द गवर्नमेंट इज़ प्रोवाइडिंग. सो आई थिंक अभी ग्रीन बिल्डिंग सिस्टम पंजाब के लिए बहुत ही इकोनॉमिकल और वाइबल हैं. एंड लॉट ऑफ गवर्नमेंट नाउ RBI has given the mandate that all RBI buildings are getting green building certification. सारे banks को mandate हो गया है कि उनको green building certification कराना है. Most of the PSUs like Indian Railways, ONGC, IOCL, HPCL, they all are going for green building certification. So I think we are in a good direction. PM मोदी का जो plan है 2075 तक we have to net energy country. तो उसके लिए ग्रीन बिल्डिंग इज़ गोइंग टू पे द वेव फॉर बिकमिंग द नेट ज़ीरो कंट्री. थैंक यू.
Thank you, Dr. Saab. Thank you very much. Now we are having the last round, one question to each panelist, and I request all of you to be very, very, sir. Yes, please. Sir.
हमने FAR की बात की, हमने इंसेंटिव की बात की। जो आज हमने पंजाब में या हरियाणा में S+4 हुआ, जो आपने देखा कि हमारे चीफ ऑफ द आर्मी स्टाफ मिस्टर मलिक, वो ही इज़ आल्सो फाइटिंग एंड ही हैज़ ऑलरेडी गॉन टू द हाई कोर्ट कि हमारे को S+4 टाइप की बिल्डिंग जो आज हमारे चंडीगढ़ को बचाए बैठा है क्लाइमेट के ढंग से, तो लुधियाना ना बन जाए। तो उसी ढंग से जो FAR हम इंक्रीज़ कर रहे हैं उसके असर क्या होंगे वो भी हमें सोचना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि बेसिकली ऐसे हम एक इंसेंटिव देकर उसके काउंटर इफेक्ट्स क्या होंगे वो हमें साथ साथ सोचना पड़ेगा, एक पार्ट। दूसरा, मुझे बड़ा अफसोस हो रहा है स्पेशली नॉर्दर्न इंडिया में कि हमारा जो टाउन प्लानिंग डिपार्टमेंट है वो हमारे टाउन प्लानिंग डिपार्टमेंट में प्लानर नहीं रहे, इट इज़ बीइंग डिक्टेटेड बाय पॉलिटिशियंस एंड द ब्यूरोक्रेट्स। सो हमें उसका भी बचाव लेना पड़ेगा। अगर हम एक्चुअली जो किसी समय जब चंडीगढ़ बना था इट वाज डिक्टेटेड बाय टाउन प्लानर्स, टुडे इट इज़ बीइंग डिक्टेटेड बाय ब्यूरोक्रेट्स एंड द पॉलिटिशियंस। सो वी आर सपोज्ड टू बी कॉशियस। तो इसको भी मैं समझता हूँ कि पैनलिस्ट शुड टेक केयर। थैंक यू।
थैंक यू सर, वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन। सो पहले क्वेश्चन का मैं आपको एक आंसर दूंगा, दैट इज़ रिगार्डिंग द FSI। मोस्टली द FSI विच इज़ गिवन एज टू फॉर द कमर्शियल बिल्डिंग्स, not for the residential, the extra FSI. And especially in Punjab, in I think Panchkula they had allowed for the still +4, but that is not allowed in the Punjab. No doubt, very lot of promoters are trying. That is given only in case they are having the sufficient road width, and moreover it is controlled by the density. Yes, I agree that nowadays technocrats are being guided by the politicians. But that is not only the problem of Punjab, that is entire India is suffering from this. And however, on the behalf of Indian Institute of Architects, we had drafted lot of notes, we had given a lot of suggestions to the government, and we are trying our level best that on behalf, even Mr. Sanjay ji is there, Surinder Baga ji is there. हमारी तो सबसे पहले ये कोशिश रहती है कि जब भी कोई नई पॉलिसी आती है उसको स्टडी करके हम एटलीस्ट ऑब्जेक्शन लगाएं, ताकि जो हमारे पॉलिसीज़ हैं वो ओनली टेक्नोक्रेट्स के साथ ही नहीं, प्रोमोटर्स और पॉलिटिशियंस ही ना उसके ऊपर प्ले करें। एक्चुअल जो पॉलिटिशियन करते हैं वो उनकी बैक एंड पर प्रोमोटर्स या कॉरपोरेट्स होते हैं जो अपने इंटरेस्ट के लिए काम करवाते हैं। बट वी एट द IAA लेवल वी आर ट्राइंग आवर लेवल बेस्ट, वी हैड सॉल्व मेनी थिंग्स। इवन अभी अफोर्डेबल हाउसिंग की पॉलिसी आई थी वो भी हमने रोक दी है, वो भी नहीं हुई। इवन मास्टर प्लान्स में 4 बारी हमने ऑब्जेक्शन लाए। बिल्डिंग बायलॉज के अंदर वी हैड पुट लॉट ऑफ ऑब्जेक्शंस एंड ऑल द ऑब्जेक्शंस आर अमेंडेड। वी आर ट्राइंग आवर लेवल बेस्ट।
मैं इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बोर्ड में काम किया और मैं महसूस किया कि हमारे जो थर्मल हैं दे आर वेरी नेगेटिव पार्ट टू द ग्रीन बिल्डिंग। तो हमने हाइड्रो प्रोजेक्ट्स पे जोर देना चाहिए, हमें अर्थ टनलिंग पे जोर देना चाहिए। हम सिर्फ एक बात ही कर रहे हैं कि सोलर की। तो हमारे को अर्थ का टेम्परेचर है जो हमारा 3 मीटर नीचे, सो वी मस्ट एक्सप्लॉइट दैट टू। तो हमारे पास देयर आर सो मेनी अदर ऑप्शंस, सो आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट द पैनलिस्ट टू टेक केयर। थैंक यू।
विल बी टेकन केयर सर।
Hello. Anuj ji, last question to you. What we can do to promote the green movement in the country?
Yes, इस बात पे अभी काफ़ी चर्चा हो चुकी है। एंड जैसे प्रितपाल जी ने बोला कि पॉलिटिशियंस, ब्यूरोक्रेट्स सब लोग इन्वॉल्व हैं, बट मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग, ग्रीन हैज़ नॉट टू बी कंसिडर्ड एज ए एग्जाम्पल और इट्स अ स्पेशल बिल्डिंग. वी हैव टू स्टार्ट थिंकिंग एज ए, वी हैव टू इम्बाइब इन आर ब्लड. मीन्स हमें सोचना ही है कि हमें एक एफिशिएंट बिल्डिंग बनानी है. वो एफिशिएंट बिल्डिंग किसी और के लिए नहीं बनानी, अपने लिए बनानी है. and that will be the starting point for making this green building movement a success. Because if I make a building which is efficient for my stay, I'll be saving money for myself, and that is where we have to start. And this has to be incorporated by the architects when they start the planning. They should always think that how they can improve their designs, how they can commit the customer to think more efficiently, and they should not get swayed by the builders or the politicians or bureaucrats that ये मतलब चलता है, और that culture has to go. That's the thing I think most important.
Very well said, Anuj ji. Before proceeding further, I want to request Sanjay Goyal and Jugesh Singla ji कि आप अलग-अलग बैठ जाएं. वो एक उर्दू का शेर है, वो बोलते हैं कि दो मनफियों के जोड़ से बनती हैं मुस्बतें, कि माइनस माइनस दो जुड़ जाएं तो प्लस हो जाता है. वो कहते कह दो खुदा के वास्ते नहीं नहीं. तो ये दो मनफियाँ जब जुड़ जाती है ना दुबे साहब, ये दो मनफियाँ पंजाब में जब जुड़ जाती हैं तो प्लस हो जाता है ना. अभी नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन डॉक्टर बलकार जी के लिए. बलकार जी, हम ग्रीन बिल्डिंग्स की भी बात करते हैं, ईसीबीसी कंप्लायंट बिल्डिंग्स की भी बात करते हैं, दोनों में फ़र्क क्या है, और कैन यू पुट सम लाइट ऑन दिस?
Now, there is a code that is a energy conservation building code. This code, from where it has come? Actually, Bureau of Energy Efficiency has been made under the Energy Conservation Act 2001, and its mandate is to formulate energy conservation building code so that the building can be constructed and energy efficient. So minimize the energy consumption in the building. That code has been made by the Government of India, and that is being implemented by the state governments as per their climate conditions. So now Government of India has established this energy conservation building code in 2007, and it has been revised in 2017 due to some teething troubles to implement that. Now the 2017 code is a very simple and exhaustive code. By using this energy conservation building code, we can reduce the energy consumption of a building up to 22%, and there are provision of ECBC plus and super ECBC. If we use super ECBC, we can save energy up to 35 to 40% in the building sector. So this code under the Energy Conservation Act is mandatory for the commercial building, and now the Energy Conservation Building Code for residential building has also come, which is likely to be made mandatory because it is under the Act. However, the green building are the voluntary. Anybody can use that and reduce their carbon footprints by using this. That is energy efficiency, water efficiency, sustainable energy, and indoor air quality. You can reduce that. So major difference is that ECBC is a code and a tool towards construction of green building. And it is almost 70 to 80% is being used by the green building construction. So it is also a mandatory one. So we can use that energy conservation building code and save energy in that. and green building consultant can take benefit of this energy conservation building code for designing and construction of the building. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Saab. Thank you so much. Now, next question is to Walia ji. Since we are running short of time, I request all the panelists to be brief now. The question is, Walia ji, ECBC को पंजाब में हम ज़्यादा अच्छे तरीके से लागू नहीं कर पा रहे. What are the reasons and what are the problems?
Sir, the reason main of not implementing the ECBC is the same that I think Satish sir has said कि हमारे यहाँ पर जो टेक्नोक्रेट्स हैं वो दे आर अंडर द प्रेशर ऑफ द पॉलिटिकल बॉडीज एंड उसके बाद क्या है कि इम्प्लीमेंट करने के बाद जो इम्प्लीमेंटिंग अथॉरिटीज़ हैं लाइक अपना पेडा हो गया या हाउसिंग डेवलपमेंट एंड लोकल गवर्नमेंट दे आर अप्रूविंग द बिल्डिंग प्लान्स विदाउट गेटिंग द ECBC सर्टिफिकेट. This we need to they need to have the ECBC to be implemented at the right at the design stage. They are just approving the building plans on the on a simple affidavit given by the promoter of the agency who is building the construction that they will get this implemented later on. So that need to be implement at the design stage only. Any building which is green or ECBC has to be designed at the time of designing. So in case it is taken, certificate is taken of the compliance before the approval, I think it will be implemented.
Very well said. Bimal ji, I want to know your views on climate change and I want to know your views on role of technocrats. Very brief.
Okay. The only thing I would repeat again regarding the climate change is that we have to pay the price either in terms of foreign currency or we change our habits. जब तक असी आप नहीं बदलते क्लाइमेट चेंज असी इंप्लीमेंट इंडिया च नहीं कर पावांगे. जे नहीं करना तो एक चीज़ वेरी पक्की है, बहुत ज़्यादा पक्की है, पंजाबी दस देना कि वी हैव टू पे इन टर्म्स ऑफ फॉरेन एक्सचेंज. सो better start now so that the next generation takes care of it. Secondly, it's about the technocrats. I think as an architect, what I feel is that we have to work with a lot of engineers of different fields like electrical, HVAC, acoustics, firefighting, and have a complete data analytics on how to integrate all energy consuming sources in our building. I think here the technocrats have to be updated and advanced in terms of the world standards and make the laws as per those standards so that we are able to implement them here. Thank you.
Thank you, Bimal. Thank you so much. Bhagat ji, Jalandhar Smart City में कुछ काम हो रहा है regarding green buildings और promoting the green energies at a city level. कुछ हो रहा है तो शेयर करिए.
जो भी गवर्नमेंट के नॉर्म्स है ਉਹਦੇ ਮੁਤਾबिक थोड़ा थोड़ा काम होना शुरू होया, बट टिल डेट इट्स वेरी लेस. मे बी कुछ गवर्नमेंट पॉलिसीज इस तरह दी हैं, मे बी ਅਸੀਂ ਦੇਖਿਆ कि मे बी 50,000 ਸਕੁਅਰ ਫੀਟ ਜਾਂ ਲੱਖ ਸਕੁਅਰ ਫੀਟ ਦੇ ਏਰੀਆ ਦੀਆਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਗवर्नमेंट ਬਿਲਡਿੰਗਸ ਹੈ ਸੋਲਰ ਪੈਨਲਸ ਲੱਗਣੇ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਆ. ਕੁਛ ਇੱਕ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਵੱਡੀ ਬਿਲਡਿੰਗਸ ਹੈ, ਵੱਡੀ ਇੰਸਟੀਟਿਊਟਸ ਹੈ, ਐਜੂਕੇਸ਼ਨਲ ਇੰਸਟੀਟਿਊਟਸ ਹੈ ਜਾਂ ਗवर्नमेंट ਬਿਲਡਿੰਗਸ ਹੈ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਸੋਲਰ ਪੈਨਲ ਵਗੈਰਾ लगने शुरू हो गए हैं. वी आर एट ए वेरी बेसिक स्टेज. हो सकता है कि ये रिजल्ट जोड़े हैं वो इन्नी जल्दी नहीं देख सकते. वन हैज़ टू वेट एंड वॉच.
Thank you, Bhagat ji. So with this we close this panel discussion. सभी पैनलिस्ट ने बहुत अच्छे व्यूज़ दिए. डॉक्टर प्रतीक has very nicely explained about the radiant building. Anuj Agarwal ji has guided us about the role of MEP and this how we can build green movement in the country. Balkar sir ने भी अपने experiences share करे. What are the rating systems we have in India what is the difference between ECBC and green buildings. Walia ji has very nicely explained about the PPP model and what are the difficulties being faced in Punjab about implementing this ECBC code in Punjab. Bimal ji has shared his views on climate change, and he has explained some works he has done. Bhagat ji shared with us the traditional work which has carried over in India. We should not forget that, those mud houses, and he was talking about that, and he has shared that what sort of work is happening in Ludhiana Smart City. And with this note, we close. Thank you very much. Sanjay, what next? Yes, please.
Thank you so very much, gentlemen. And can I have a huge round of applause? These gentlemen have given us so much of knowledge and information about what is happening in today's era. We cannot we cannot thank them enough for their insights. And ladies and gentlemen, now I'd like to call Miss Ishita, a second-year student from Guru Nanak Dev Engineering College, to commence and set the tone for the next session. Ishita, over to you.
Women are, by nature, the caretakers of society, allowing us to apprehend contexts and necessities. Like an overall picture, a 360-degree view of possibilities to create. To be the narrator of architectural language in all aspects of the world of architecture. Despite facing several hardships at each and every cornerstone of their career, women like Zaha Hadid have managed to shatter the ceiling of stereotypes and make a mark in this industry. There have been tremendous success stories with women leading their own firms throughout the country, which instills in me the aspiration to be like these women and contribute to this profession. With this, I'd like to start this session about elucidating women in architecture. The moderator for this session is architect Palka Kaur, B.Arch from GNDU ASR in 2002, Designscape Architects, handling residential interiors with expertise in kitchen designing, presently working with AKC Business and Design Head for SCIC Italia and Fendi Kitchens.
Thank you so much, Ishita. Ladies and gentlemen, जो पीछे बैठे हैं, मैं उनसे दरख्वास्त करूंगी आगे आ जाएं for their active participation. And okay, great. We have the very beautiful architect Palka ji, who will be introducing the speakers for the next session. Thank you so much, Palka ji.
A very good afternoon, one and all. So today we are here for a talk on what it means to be a woman in our profession and the glass ceiling that prevails, as the topic and the title of today suggests. So glass ceiling here refers to the invisible barriers, invisible to the society although, but seen and felt by most of us as women in architecture. So as we all know, women all across the globe and of course in India are bringing strides in all professions, that is medicine, aviation, astronomy and academics. And so is true in our field in India, rather today's India. So breaking the glass ceiling, meaning breaking the barriers and overcoming the barriers, is what is the title of discussion for today. So we are honored to have such an inspiring group of women, an eminent and accomplished panel of architects of our city. So I welcome our panelists. They will give their valuable insights and talk about their experiences and challenges in our profession, being women, and also the efforts being made to break this glass ceiling and create more inclusive and equitable environment in the industry. So without further ado, let's give a warm round of applause to our panelists. So I invite my first panelist, architect Amrita Taneja. I can see awesome smiles and a lot of enthusiasm on the faces of our panelists, and I expect the same enthusiasm from our audiences too. A huge round of applause for architect Amrita Taneja, principal architect, The Idea Consultants, graduated from GNDU Amritsar in 2008, work experience of around 12 years, and specializing in interiors, planning, landscapes, residential, and commercial buildings. Our second panelist, architect Harneet Kaur. I expect applause from the audience. Senior architect, designers architects, graduated from Architecture College in Bareilly, Uttar Pradesh, working on hospital projects of Punjab Health System Corporation. Our third panelist, architect Kavneet Grover. A very warm welcome to you, Kavneet. Principal architect, Create Architecture. BArch from GNDU Amritsar in 2001, and specializing in architectural design, planning, and interiors, and she's worked upon the residential, commercial, and institutional spaces. A big round of applause for architect Kavneet. Audience, I am not able to hear, so you are all here to cheer us up. Our next panelist, architect Nimrat Bhatia, Mirare Designs, passed out from LPU 2009, specialized in residential, commercial interiors of retail brands like Octave, Pritham Pyara, and HD Eaton Plaza. A big round of applause for architect Nimrat. And our last panelist, architect Shweta Khosla, project development, Avinash Khosla and Associates since 2007, BArch from BKPS College, Pune in 2001. And she has executed many residential and office interior design projects. So ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a warm welcome to our esteemed panelists, the Fabulous Five. So let us start about our talk for today. Hello. So my very first question to you, Harneet, do you believe that men and women architects are seen equally in our society in terms of their abilities?
Hello, good day everyone. First of all, no ma'am, I don't think so. Like women architects has to face many gender biases and discrimination, not only in this industry, even every industry including architecture. So women has to, see so many challenges regarding gender bias and in disparate environment and like humiliation and pay disparity. So even research has also found out like even women architects like we do have equal knowledge and qualification, still men are like more hired and pay more than women architects. So I just found ki like to incorporate in this our situation, what we can do is we can raise the awareness regarding gender bias in the workplace, so we can also get the equal opportunities, we can get also the equal promotions, and we can have the values and recognition in our field regardless of any gender. Thank you.
Thanks for sharing your perspective, and I second you that still there is some bias seen in the society. Thank you. So my next question is for architect Kavneet. What do you feel, Kavneet, are the barriers one has to face as a woman in our profession? And also, have we truly been able to break the glass ceiling?
Yeah. So Palka, I believe that when we talk about breaking the glass ceiling and the barriers that we as women, have to face, or whether we have broken those barriers, to the question of that, I would say that the answer is yes and no. Where in the larger context of things, we see many successful women who are out there, on the international level. We have huge names like Zaha Hadid, Neri Oxman, and many other women architects, who have given that type of recognition and, that type of reverence they have for themselves because of the work that they have done. And, not only have they managed to get this acceptance, within society for seeing women in, such a role, wherein women are respected for the work that they have done. I mean, Zaha Hadid is the queen of parametric architecture. And still after she has deceased, her legacy still carries on. And Neri Oxman, she is doing, projects which are mimicking bio-engineered materials. She's developing those type of materials, and in fact, she is known as the Leonardo da Vinci of our time. So that is how brilliant she is. So they, I would say, have done the groundwork for most women, wherein the acceptance of women and the society is used to seeing women in such roles. But the reality is that out of the top 100 firms in the world, only 3% are headed by women, So, and also, although 50% of the strength in architecture colleges, may be women, but then how many of those are actually related into actual number of women who are practicing, So that definitely, that the numbers are definitely disproportionate. So yes, women have to face a lot of obstacles. I think the biggest obstacle in that we, on a day-to-day basis is the balance of our work and home with our careers. But then that is true for women in every profession. So, but one area where I feel that we still have a long way to go is the fact that women architects are seen better suited for interior design, And
exactly.
When it comes to women wanting to pursue construction or building design, then it's not easy. We are having to constantly prove ourselves, with the power of our work, that yes, we can do this as well. We don't see many women in urban planning. We don't see many women in building construction, but those who want to,
I mean, for example, many freshers, if they go looking for a job, they're going for an interview in an architecture firm, a woman will be seen more suited towards the interior design part of things, you know. So she will be readily accepted. But then, you know, in the architecture design part of things, it is challenging. I mean, on a personal level, that is what I also had to face, because when I started my practice, I started 8 years after I graduated. I started after my second child was born. And when I started, I had then joined my father's firm. He is now retired, so I'm running, you know, my own firm. But when I started, he immediately put me into the role of, you know, okay, you manage the interiors. And for a few years, that was okay. But then I wanted to do more. And when I wanted to make that switch over from interiors into architecture design and planning, it was a struggle for me. You know, it was a struggle from my own father, because he said, why? And I said, because that is what I want to do. That's my passion. And it was only after a lot of efforts, and I did not back off. I continued to, you know, get into that space. And it was, again, when one architect had done 4 plans of a particular project versus 1 plan of mine, and that got accepted. Another client had a file of 40 drawings. I kid you not, 40 drawings in his file. And again, that 1 plan of mine. When, you know, these things happened, then I felt that, okay, this is a space that I actually want to be, you know. So, yes, I feel that we need to see women more as, you know, we have the capacity not only to keep homes, but to build homes as well.
Yes, right. So you feel one of the major barriers is women architects being perceived as interior designers and
only
not
good
the
enough for the
architects.
interior part of things. So I'll tell you this
Correct.
incident once, that I was standing with a client, and she gets a phone call, and she's, you know, her friend asks her, she says that, you know, are you busy? She said, yes, मैं अपनी interior वाली के साथ खड़ी हूँ. So that was, I felt like, you know, interior wali is like, what, is a काम wali or a parlor wali? You know, so that did not feel good. So I believe that women, you know, this is, don't get me wrong, this is nothing against women who want to pursue interior design, you know. I mean, they are doing wonders in the field of, and in fact, women have elevated the level of interior design in the country. But at the same time, I think equal opportunities need to be given in the architectural side of things. Thank you.
Correct. I completely back you for this opinion of yours. And thank you, Kavneet, for your insight. Yeah, there's a question, yeah.
Can you hear me? We are talking about the job and, you know, our profile and practicing. Yes, there are stereotypes when it comes to women. Me and my husband, we run our practice in Panchkula. So we go to sites, both of us, you know, we have divided our work and this and that. We are talking about giving equal opportunities, right? So there has been so many interviews. I've asked the, you know, women architects, you know, why don't you go to the sites? They don't want to. I specifically tell them that, you know, we treat everyone equal. So you will also have to go to the site. They refuse to go. So there is something, you know, problematic with our culture, that we don't allow the girls to go out before marriage. So because of that, they are hesitant to go out even on sites, even for work. So yes, the equality has to start from the beginning, not just professionally. I believe so.
Thank you. Shweta, would you like to say something about this? Have we truly broken the glass ceiling?
Good evening, everyone. Architecture mainly, you know, has been since a very long time considered a notoriously male-dominated profession. And any woman who has to make a mark in this profession has to work very fiercely and very fearlessly. If we talk, like Kavneet mentioned, architect Zaha Hadid, she was a lady of uncompromising brilliance. I think all of us will miss her a lot. And I think the mark she left in this profession, I think she just rose above the whole thing. And I don't think we can ever mention her as a woman architect, because she rose above all gender biases. Internationally, there have been, it's a hefty list of people. In India, we have architect Briddha Somaiya, architect Sonali Rastogi. Closer home, we have architect Namita Singh. The kind of work, the kind of path-breaking work they have done is still, all of us sitting here, we still can't imagine reaching there. But what I feel is, if we look at all the government departments, all the prominent positions now are being held by women. All the HODs of colleges all over the country are women. In offices, the most preferred employees and associate architects are women because of their sincerity, their meticulous nature, and their patience. So I feel we are already smashing the glass ceilings, but we are not making that much noise. So I feel we are quite close, and we have already arrived. I would like to narrate a small incident which one of my professors had narrated to me. This was like almost 20 years ago. She told me, Shweta, there was an international architect who came down to Jaisalmer to execute a school project. And when she went on site, the male workers did not want to work with her. They were like, "Hum janani ke saath kaam nahi karenge." So she went to all the female workers who were just picking up load and not mixing concrete. The men at that time used to just mix concrete, and women used to carry the bricks and the material to the site. So she asked them, "Do you know this job?" They were like, "We know the job, but we are not allowed to do it." So she's like, "If I allow you to do it, will you come forward and help me?" They said, "Why not?" And the building was completed, and it's an award-winning project. So, it's not necessary to make a smashing noise. We are already there and already doing stuff. And in my opinion, we have arrived.
Yeah, that's commendable, Shweta, and thank you for your valuable contribution to the discussion. So before we go further, I invite architect Tara Singla, IDARC Architects, Jalandhar.
Can I ask?
Huge applause for architect Tara Singla.
I would like to salute lady architects. I would like to salute lady architects, and I would like to say, when our ladies can go to the fronts, maybe Pakistan, maybe China, maybe anything. So why not we can lead in architecture? So I would request, go ahead, be Excelsior. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So my next question is for architect Amrita. What challenges do we have to face as women in balancing work life with our personal life? Can you put any insight on this?
Hi, good evening to all. मैं एक शेर से शुरू करना चाहूँगी. आसमान में कौन कहता है छेद हो नहीं सकता, तबीयत से एक पत्थर उछाल कर तो देखो. So if I'm sitting here discussing and doing this panel discussion, the topic that we've taken up, breaking the glass ceiling, I think it has already been broken. If we talk about challenges that women have to take up, I think any person, be it a male or a female, I think everybody has a challenge in hand. So I can't say that male members do not have challenges or females do not have challenges. Everybody has a challenge to face. But as a woman, you have to maintain a very fine balance between your home life, your private life, your personal life, and your work front. So there are certain times when your office times are clashing with your school kids going to school. There are certain times when your meetings clash with something that is important at home. But once you decide, there's a very famous quote by Jim Rohn. He says, if you really want to do something, you will always find I'm so sorry, I just skipped it. If you really want to do something, you will always find a way. And if you don't, you will always find an excuse. So I would say time management is the key. You really need to know how to manage your time. It takes you a while to polish yourself, to come up to that level where you want to achieve that balance. I still remember the first time I wore heels. I just toppled over. But I tried it for the second time, I tried it for the third time, and I could, dance really well in it. So it takes you time. The only thing that, makes you up is your time. So how you want to manage it, how you want to come up with. Okay, all right, I'll take the other one. So time management is your key. So that's what I would like to talk about. Thank you.
Thank you, Amrita. It was very well expressed and it was quite inspiring too. So the same question I would like to put up to architect Tara too. The challenges or the maintaining work life with the personal life is there in every profession. What do you feel, what challenges do women architects feel being in architecture?
With respect to the challenges that women face in architecture, I agree with Amrita ma'am, I guess there are many. Because you have to balance out a lot of things. You have to balance out a new family if you're just married. You have to balance out a child, his upbringing, his studies. You have to manage your schedules around his exam times. And of course, health issues of elderly in the family functions, everything has to be taken care of. But I would say, yes, time management and everything apart, I think what architects and women architects in India need to learn is, I think forgive yourself sometime. Everything cannot be done up till perfection, because I think here consistency is the key, that you get up every day and you go to work. Not that you have to be 100% on every tick every day. So I think we can give ourselves that much leverage that yes, that helps you be happy, and I think it helps you design better.
Very well said, Tara. Thank you so much. So since every girl faces a different kind of struggles and different challenges, so the same question I would like to put up to architect Harneet as well. So what do you have to say about balancing work life with personal life being in architecture?
I'm like, hello. So it's like both of men and women have to face challenges in their own personal life But yes, women have to face challenges, but in hello. Men and women both has to face challenges in their lives. It's not like only women architects have to face challenges, but yes, we do have some unique challenges which make it more tougher with our work life and personal life. Like I would like to give example of my life. Like I'm married to a merchant navy husband, so like you all can see and have realized, like in COVID times, it was really difficult to be in a confined space. So he's already has his own challenges which he is facing for his family, right? So it shouldn't be like only women has to face challenges. Yeah, we do have, like women architects do have to face challenges in discrimination, in gender bias, in pay disparity, in lacking of household chores and childcare responsibilities. But what we can do to address these inequalities, we can support and address these inequalities to make it work like equally, right? Either it is in workplace, either it is in house. And yes, Amrita ma'am and Tara ma'am has also a same point, like we should get some more opportunities to make us. And yes, we have already broken down that glass ceiling. We have already choose our voices to make us hear. But yeah, definitely we would like to be in front and in every part of in our field and whatever it is. Like we also do have women's in army. We also do have women's in Israel army. So okay, there was a thought like given by Guru Nanak Dev Ji, so kyo आँखें मंदा जिस जन्मे राजा. So it's like कि आप उसको weak कैसे बोल सकते हो कि जिसने actually राजाओं लोगों को पैदा किया है. You can't say. So not proper. Like I can't go on this. I can't, accept this thought कि anyone can say women architects as weak, or they can give that discrimination and not.
There's some problem. Hello. So thank you so much, Harneet. Your So now we have all known about the challenges being faced by the women architects in our society. So let's deviate from the challenges for a bit. And my next question is for architect Shweta. What made you choose architectures to start with your professional journey?
I was born in an architectural background, as in my father's an architect, and 3 of my cousins were architects. So it was kind of, the exposure I got was when kids used to read newspapers, I used to read Inside Outside an Indian Architect and Builder. And every time a new magazine would come, I would read it before my father used to get his hands on it. After I got married, I mean, when my father asked me, whom do you want to get married to? There was a very, very small specification I gave him. He was like, I want to marry a Punjabi architect. So he's like, yeah, that's what I said. I gave him a hard time, as in he was looking all over the country because he's very actively involved in IIA, and he was looking all over the country for a Punjabi architect. And finally, he found a Punjabi architect in Ludhiana, and that's how I came from Pune to Ludhiana. In my present family, my husband, myself, my father-in-law, all of us are architects, and there are about 3 to 4 more architects in the extended family. While it might seem like the whole thing was a bed of roses for me, till I got married, it was after that I realized that with so many people already doing design, what am I going to do? So it was a tough job for me to find out my true calling. And that's how I entered architecture, and that's how right now, as my husband describes, my role is that an asset to his firm. That's it.
Thank you, Shweta. It was really nice to have it answered. So I expect a round of applause for our panelists in between to cheer them up. So my next question is for architect Kavneet. So in your viewpoint, Kavneet, how important is the role of women in shaping the future of architecture?
I believe that the future is female. We see women doing, great work across the world. And I believe that, one thing that women are naturally endowed with, which sort of, helps them move forward, is their quality of having empathy. There are, women like Angela Merkel, Jacinda Ardern, the Prime Minister of New Zealand, who as women, like leaders, they have, shown through their humanitarian work. So that quality of, that humanistic quality of empathy, I guess, is what sets women as designers, apart. And, if I am to recall the words of architect B.V. Doshi, so he said that design is not only a collage of function and aesthetics, but the most important part is the human value, the human factor. So I think that the human factor in architecture and designs is of utmost importance. Who are we designing for, is the most important thing. So every space has an IQ, but it also has an EQ, an emotional intelligence, meaning that what type of emotions are evoked in a human being when you enter that space. Do you feel happy? Do you feel sad? Do you feel nostalgic? Do you feel cold? Do you feel warm? So the qualities that really define these spaces are where the human factor in design, they take over. So as women architects, I believe that if we design with conscience, conscientious design, we will be able to succeed in making great spaces. What is a city after all? A city is a group of small units, and if the units are keeping in mind the dignity of human life and the happiness of people, then we will have very happy cities. So any discussion on smart cities, on green buildings, on urban planning should involve more women participation, so that there is a good balance, and there we can build better spaces in the future. So more women participation definitely is required, and as and when women participation increases, I think we will be able to fulfill all these objectives as well.
Cheers to what she said. Thank you, Kavneet. Your talk was incredibly thought-provoking. Thank you so much. So my next question is for architect Amrita. As a successful woman, what message would you want to pass on to the younger generation and those wanting to pursue a career in architecture?
As I think has already been said by Tara, just get up in the morning, get going. So what I would say is get up, wear your best dress, wear your best heels, move forward and rock. Because nobody is going to come and empower you. You have to be your own empowerment. What I feel is the glass barrier is in our own minds. What we need to do is to break that barrier for ourselves. So my message for all the people who want to pursue architecture as a career is just to keep going on. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Amrita. So my same question is for architect Nimrit Bhatia.
Is it for the upcoming generation or just for the women, in this field? Palka, is it for the upcoming generation or just for the women in this field?
No, this is for the future generation and
for the future.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think she very well said it, explained it, that consistency is the key. Whether it is female, whether it is male, everyone has their own challenge in this field. So it's a very interesting and wonderful industry that we have in our country, in international, It's a very wonderful industry and very creative industry. We have so much to do in this. And we have, so much potential in us. The upcoming generation, they have, facilities like the softwares they have. We used to, when I was in college, for 3 years, we used to do all the manual drawings. But now, when I visit that infrastructure, I see they have so much of facilities there that they can do really well. So that is what consistency is the key. Just come ahead. If you have something in you, you want to pursue this career, if you're clear that you want to be an architect, you will be a wonderful architect,
Thank you so much. So this was the last question of our panel discussion for today. You have a question?
Palka, I wanted to add something. I think time is already been changed. Women is already being empowered. Society is already being prepared to empower the women. Like if we think our daughters, we are already into the bracket that our daughters should be empowered. Because we have seen times 20. We have seen already times 30 years back in our families. Only one male member supposed to be earn the things and around 20 people survive on that. Now time is so fast changed that one member earn and a family cannot. A family cannot survive if his wife or other member does not earn. So male society is already prepared to empower their daughters, empower their wives. If we think about architecture, hello, yes. Hello. If we think about architects, we already know architecture is not a system of one-man show. It's a teamwork. a single man cannot do anything in our profession. We are supposed to get a family member from our family who can support from always, and a wife or a daughter can be the best friend to support all the things. So, society is already prepared to empower the women. I think so. So in the next 5 to 10 years, we will see a tremendous change in our society in respect to empowerment of women. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Yogesh Singla, sir. So I finally thank everyone present here for such a meaningful session. Most welcome, sir.
Very good evening to all. I was hearing this discussion, and it is one of the very, I must say that popular topic, women in leadership. So I want to ask one thing. One word is empowerment. If I'm asking this question not to the men, to the only women. So do you really think that women need empowerment? Is it empowerment or equal opportunities?
Ma'am, you're not audible. We are not able to clearly hear you.
Yeah. I want to say we are using the word...
Can you come closer, please?
Sure. The very first thing is we are talking about society. Society is only male or the female. It requires both. So, and other thing is empowerment. Is it so that women needs really empowerment? Women need empowerment or equal opportunities. So we have to refine and brainstorm that what everybody needs, what society needs, what women need. Women needs the equal opportunities. Women needs the freedom to take decisions for herself. So I think these are the things that needs to be discussed, and definitely we have to do some awareness about this, that women should know themselves. Only if a woman know themselves, only then they can do anything and they can come forward. So recently I heard a video from Kunal Shah on the Your Story portal. So according to him, 90% women in China are working, 70% in Bangladesh, and in India we have 49% female voters. Even only 30% women are working. So is it not a loss for our society and our economic system? So we have to create a platform and the opportunities for the women, 49% women who can take care of their social responsibilities, their home responsibilities, as well as they can work as per their potential. Because every person, not only the woman, every person has some potential, and we have to create the opportunities for every level so that they can contribute to Indian economy. So Bangladesh will be overtaking very soon to this economy, and if we will not come forward and create the opportunities, then Indian economy will be lesser than the Bangladesh. So we have to ask ourselves, being a woman, women are studying a lot, but after that they don't want to come out of the comfort zone. Actually this is the problem. They're saying, अच्छा ठीक है, घर में खाना पीना मिल रहा है, अच्छा रहना मिल रहा है, parties मिल रही हैं, then why should we work? Work, हम लोग पढ़ने So this is the only thing, empowerment, employment, opportunity, what we need.
The other most important thing I would say is, empowerment, equal opportunity is something which we look forward to from others. But I think if women support women, I think that is what is needed right now. We look at institutions, we look at families, and we see that, somewhat that support is lacking. So if you get that support from a fellow female colleague, and be it young, be it old, be it your family, be it your in-laws, anybody, I think you can do wonders. You don't have to look for big words like empowerment and equal opportunity. Women have a lot of opportunity. Women don't need to be empowered. I think women are absolutely supported these days in whatever they do. And I in no way would, ask with a thing in my hand, ke, oh, we need to be empowered and you have to bring that empowerment to us. I think if we support each other, I think that is more than enough.
Yes, exactly. It's about building a community that can support. It's we talk about brotherhood, sisterhood concepts. Now it's really time to work on the sisterhood concept. So women supporting women, this is the only solution. Otherwise, these words will be just the words.
I would in fact go a little further towards that, ma'am, and say that we are already empowered. We need to get that empowerment from within our lives. We need to empower our lives first. So change yourself, you can change the world. So change yourself, you can change the world. So if we are looking upon others, I know women who have absolutely no support, not even the support of their family also, when they want to pursue their dreams. So one thing that I have applied in my own life, it was not easy, wanting to, work, going out of the house, day in, day out. But it's only when I empowered myself, and that is when I got the support of the others. So I think the step first, it starts with empowering your own lives, believing that you have that strength, believing that you have that quality. Then only you can get that response from the others. So don't look at the others. Don't look at any other human being, any individual. Just look at yourselves, look at your dreams, empower your own selves. That is the starting point.
I totally agree with that, and I would say that life is a mirror. The image that you show to that mirror will come back to you, be it in terms of thought or...
Also, I think no one is stopping the women to get the opportunities. They have the equal rights as far the male or female is concerned. If I talk about myself, I come from some conservative family like. So my daughter is also an architect. She graduated 3 years back from GNDU. So we were never think about, okay, I asked my daughter to go further abroad. So she went to abroad, I gave the opportunity to her to empower her. I supported in all ways to empower her. So I think women can do anything in their life. In the coming times, in next 5 to 10 years or 20 years, women will be very much strong, I think so. Because this is also the requirement of the society in today's date.
Sir, they say that behind every successful man, there is a woman. And behind, I think, every successful women are fathers like you and spouses like you.
Yes.
So, one message that I think that we as women have for, everyone is that we don't want to be known as female architects.
Yes.
We are not part of a species.
Yes.
We want to be known as architects.
Yes.
So equal footing, equal message, that is what we want to be
That's
recognized
true.
as.
Hats off to all the ladies of the dais. They are doing very well. So they are creating some examples for the newcomers, I think so. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Even I would like to add on a quote by Zaha Hadid on this subject that was in discussion. So she quoted, "I used to not like being called a woman architect. I am an architect, not just a woman architect." The guys used to tap me on the head and say, "You are okay for a girl, but I see an incredible amount of need from other women for reassurance that it can be done, so I don't mind anymore." So this was by Zaha Hadid. She also quoted, "There are 360 degrees, so why stick to one?" So that's the message to my fellow panelists and colleagues, that we are all all-rounders traversing each degree to our credit. So with this, we end our session. And in conclusion, we as women in our industry play an indispensable role in shaping our built environment and creating a more inclusive and sustainable future. It is crucial that we work towards creating a more equal and equitable society and recognize our contributions to the field. Thank you so much. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, ladies. Firstly, all of you are looking so energetic and so beautiful, all of you. I think they deserve a huge round of applause. Like they said, they're already empowered. You don't need to empower them. They are very much empowered. A huge, huge round of applause for the woman here. Woo! Thank you so very much. A very, very informative and productive session indeed, a very inspiring one for me as well. Thank you. And now we will proceed to our next session. I think jitni taaliyan inke liye bajengi, kam hi bajengi. Ek baar zordar taaliyan, please. Achieved so much in their lives, in their professional lives and personal. Jitni bhi taaliyan bajengi, inke liye kam hi bajengi. Thank you so very much. I salute you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, proceeding ahead, we would now be commencing with our next session, which is the Eco-Minimalist Interior Design session, which would be discussing the power of sustainable design and minimalism together for a better environment. And for that, I would like to call our speakers, our honorary speakers, Architect Vikas Sharma ji, Principal Architect, Grid Forms Design Studio, Architect Leena Nimbalkar ji, NEC member IID, Architect Saroj Vadia ji, President IID, Architect Sangeet Sharma ji is not here. Architect Atul Singla ji, Chairman IID,
live channel.
Mr. Arvind Gupta.
Thank you. It was a good session, and special thanks to all the women architects of Punjab chapter for taking the initiative and discussing the role of women architects in the society. It was really wonderful, and I hope in the coming times more such session will take place. Thank you, everyone.
All right, we will be coming in the next session, and our moderator would be Architect Vikas Sharma ji, sir. Over to you. एक बार जितनी भी संख्या में हमें प्लीज थोड़ा सा तालियां बजा दीजिएगा for our next